Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Olga is here. For those of you who haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell as well to get the latest notifications about the videos I post out there for you guys. And in today's video, I am going to be addressing the makeup that you can get at discounted prices once it hits the discounted stores such as Marshall and TJ Maxx. So for those of you who live in the United States, you are familiar with these stores. They are similar and yet there are differences. I have picked up a lot of the great stuff lately at Marshall's. And I'm going to show you the bag. So this is Marshall's. I believe we also have TJ Maxx. I personally have not shopped in it. I sat down today to see what the difference between those two is because they are very similar. So basically what they are is they're owned by the same company and there are over 2,000 locations nationwide. This is where bargain shoppers go, or people who want to get brand names but not necessarily pay the whole price. You can buy brand name clothing, you can buy shoes, you can buy pots and pans, your household goods, you can buy clothing for your kid, you can buy toys, you can also get makeup and toiletries and your essentials. The savings are anywhere from 20% all the way to 60%, so you do save quite a bit of money because these days we're all with smartphones, or most of us are. You can quickly cross-reference between the prices on Amazon. I have done some research and people are saying that you can actually get better deals at Marshall's and TJ Maxx versus Amazon. I've known for quite some time that you can buy high-end makeup and also drugstore makeup when it hits those stores. And so, of course, I've been going to Marshall's and picked up a couple of pieces of things. I've gone there last year and I didn't make this video until now because I got just a few pieces of makeup, and yesterday or the day before I had gone and I picked up a couple of more pieces, and I just want to show you like everything I picked up over the course of those 2 trips so you can get an idea. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised. They do get shipments every day. You can call and find out what they carry. You can check the websites. The stuff on the websites, of course, will be prone to changing because these are massively discounted things, and so things turn over rather quickly. Basically, don't hit the snooze button on those great deals. They're not going to last forever. Stuff is gonna just sell out, and that's that. Now, what's the difference between the 2 stores? And I apologize if I'm looking down. I'm looking at my notes because I just can't hold it all in my head. Basically, TJ Maxx offers the discounted runway high-end clothing, and also they offer jewelry. And Marshall's offer footwear, the department called Cube for juniors, clothing for men. These are the main differences, and of course both of them do offer makeup at discounted prices. For example, this Aurora highlighter palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills normally retails for $40, and I just picked this up at Marshall's for 25 bucks, and as you can see, it is absolutely in pristine condition. This is its unit carton right there, and everything is in pristine condition. I'm going to turn it around and show you the label on the other side, and they do list the original price and then they show you their price. I looked online to try to understand their tags better, and this is what I found out. The white tag is their price at their store, like whether it be TJ Maxx or Marshall's. And then if you see that red tag, that means that it has gone on sale inside of their store. And if you see the yellow tag on top of that red tag, that means that this is like the final clearance. This is the lowest low price you're getting. So again, like I said, don't hit the snooze button if you see a yellow tag. I personally used to misunderstand this a lot. I used to think that the red tag is the lowest price. Like, I always thought that the red color means clearance and yellow means sale, but apparently it's actually the other way around. I realized that these stores do carry a lot of high-end makeup that is no longer carried in, say, Sephora or Ulta, because the brands have moved on and this is like last season's palettes or whatever. During my previous trips to Marshall's, I picked up this Marc Jacobs foundation, and I would have normally not picked this up. However, I had already played with this, so if you see a finger smudge, that's my finger in it and my brush swirling in it. I picked this up because, again, it was offered at a massively discounted price, and I wanted to try a foundation in this kind of a solid format like that without breaking a budget, you know, on something that I might not enjoy. But for a discounted price, I said, well, sure, why not? And this is its unicarton Kat Von D brush. As you can see, it is still solid sealed in its packaging. Nobody tampered with it. It has not been opened, and this is how I love buying stuff. I'm very careful when I buy stuff at discounted stores like that, primarily because people do tend to be a little bit less careful. They put their finger in there, they tamper with the product, and I want to make sure that I don't get contaminated stuff, because yes, there is a risk you're taking when you buy it at those stores, which I'm going to address that topic. This brush is a dual-ended, as you can see. This is something you use for your shade and light palette. And normally this retails for, let me just take a look at the tag right here. It retails for 25 bucks, and right now you can see the price was $12.99. I'm not saying it's free, by no stretch of imagination. It still can add up, and you can still walk out from J Maxx or Marshall's after spending 100 bucks easy. Because you will find things that you need, but you will also find things that you didn't know you needed. So it is absolutely possible to still overspend in those discounted stores, but the prices are lucrative because they are offering better discounts. I already have this, but I wanted to get it again. So I did pay a full price for this at Sephora because I didn't know, and granted, when it came out, this was like brand new, and just like the whole hype about it. So of course this time had passed, and then this stuff ends up in Marshall's and J Maxx. Also, the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. This one is original from Sephora. I've gone to Marshall's and I've seen this palette surface on those shelves where they carry makeup. Not only do they carry the high-end stuff, but they also carry drugstore makeup. For instance, a lot of times I've gone in and I've seen brands like e.l.f. Cosmetics on those shelves. I've also seen a brand called Ellen Tracy. I try not to buy stuff made in People's Republic of China. I do have makeup that has been made there, but if it's at discounted stores and if it's a brand I don't really know, I'm not going to pass any judgment on those brands. I'm not blaming or anything like this. I'm not trying to be negative about the brand, but if I'm not familiar with the brand, I'm not going to just pick up that because it's heavily discounted at those stores. However, what I do pick up is the stuff that I am familiar with. For example, let's go back to this Aurora palette. So I just checked Sephora's website, and this retails for 40 bucks. So it's not on sale in Sephora, and yet it is now available at Marshall's. Now, like I said, I don't know how long they'll have it. It's possible that they are, by the time this video goes live, they have sold out or nearly sold out. But I just want to kind of make the point of sharing with you this information, that it's always a good idea to check those discounted bargain stores, because you might be very much pleasantly surprised. I've seen this palette around, and yes, when it came out, I saw it, and yes, I have $40 and I could have spent them on it, but I was very glad that I didn't, and I'll explain to you why. Because these colors are not necessarily in the color range that I like to use. I will give you a comparison. Here is the Nicole Guerrero ABH collab. This is what I love. These are warm toned highlighters. These are the colors that I can use. If you look at these colors right here in the Aurora palette, they are on a cooler side, more neutral. I want to use the words like iridescent or even like unicorn stuff that has been really popular over the summer. I do not care for that because it just doesn't look good on me. I look a little bit ashy when I put that stuff on. I wouldn't go as far as to say that I look great, but I certainly look like I'm not alive. I don't know, it's just not good for me. Now, Moonchild is done in the same fashion, 6 square pen highlighters, but the Moonchild is even worse than Aurora. So this is actually better because in here I have this color right here I can use this color right here, and I might experiment. And this one, Luna looks like Forever Lit, so kind of on the same level. I'm just gonna swatch and see. If this was Moonchild, I would have not even picked it up for $25. Forever Lit underneath, and this is Luna. I would have absolutely loved to have found this palette in Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I would have snatched all of them. If they had like 5 palettes of this, I would have picked them up, no questions asked, hands down. I would have not hesitated, but I did pick this up because I am obsessed with makeup and I collect it as well as use it. I have picked up this Marc Jacobs palette. It's no longer available and I have played with it, so if you see like finger smudges in there, do not be alarmed. These are my finger smudges. I no longer remember how much it costs because Sephora no longer carries this. This is like very much old news, but these are extremely creamy shadows. They are amazing. And as you can see right here, you have like a blush. And I don't remember at this point, but I want to say I paid like maybe 20 bucks for it, maybe 25 bucks, but this is for sure something that cost close to like 60 bucks when it was around, but don't quote me on it. I don't remember anymore. It's been months and months. I just wanted to kind of show you an example of what you can get at these discount stores. I mean, high-end makeup. Now, here's another item I picked up. With this, I would be a little bit more careful, and I'll explain to you why. So this is by Bite Beauty. This is made in Canada. This is the collection that came out back in 2015, and these are lip glosses, so they're called watercolors, but this is what they look like, as you can see. And here's why I would be a bit more careful buying lip glosses or lip stains or liquid lipsticks from discounted stores. These products are liquids, they are suspensions, they are wet, so to speak. And if you are buying them there, understand that they have been laying around in their prior store where they were sold for their actual retail price, and then they were laying around in the discounted store for however long, and then they were laying around somewhere in between their first location and the second location. They dry up, and I've known this, but I wanted to pick this up to kind of show you, and I know that these have dried up. It's a miss for me, but I knew that, so I knew very well what I was doing. I got this to show you, to share with you some information on how to choose. So I would say the following: if you are buying solids, eyeshadows and highlighting powders, bronzers, blushers, setting powders, or solid foundations like this, like in the form of a jar, I would say that they are safe to buy, even if they are, so to speak, outside of their expiration date, because these things keep longer. They are dry products, they're solids. But if you are looking at liquid lipsticks, if you're looking at, even if you're looking at just regular lipsticks, I mean, they do dry up, so you have to be careful. So with those, I would say maybe not, but for dry shadows that are expensive, absolutely, I would pick them up, as long as they're not tampered with. Now, the other thing I picked up is this color switch right here. I'm going to show you mine. This one I got from Ulta. And yes, this is a generic brand, but you really do not need to have something like this. If you're saving money on this, that's absolutely fine. I mean, you can clean your brushes, you know, with whatever color switch or color pen switch that you have. Another thing I picked up, here is the brush cleaner. So this is like one of those things you can get from Sigma. This is a pad that you put into your sink, and when you need to shampoo your brushes, you kind of swirl that around. The point to address, I understand that I went to like Marshall's and J Maxx, and it's heavily discounted stores. When I want to buy some kind of nice palette like this, and I open something up and I see finger smudges in there, that somebody had gone in before me and literally tried the product, and I get so peeved about that. I don't like when people do that. I wish people didn't do that, and I understand why people do that. They want to try the product. They want to see if, you know, if it's something that would work for them. But I would just say the following. Understand that this is in the discounted stores. It's no longer sitting at Sephora or Ulta, where when you come in, you have a beat up palette that everybody puts their finger in, that you can play around with and swatch on your hand and see if the colors work for you. And when these things end up at places like J Maxx or Marshall's, where those rules where you can go and touch the palette, they don't apply, because they are going to try to sell every palette, and they are selling it at a discount. So you kind of have to either bite the bullet and buy something that doesn't fit your colors, or don't buy it, but don't put your fingers in it. It's absolutely disgusting, because the next person who wants to buy that product does not want to buy it after somebody had put their fingers in it. And also, it's not safe. Also, if you have seen a product that had been tampered with and you want to buy it, speak to their sales associate, ask them if they have an untampered product in the back. So maybe they do, because I went into the store and I saw another palette that was just destroyed, and I talked to the salesperson and she brought me out a brand new unopened, and it was just fine. Do not ever buy tempered makeup, because you don't know who had whatever infection or germs on their hands, on their face, and they were going in and putting it into their eye or putting it onto their lip, or they sneezed into that palette, God forbid. I don't know. You don't know who's been there prior to you. Also, I don't want to just pass the blame around and say it's the adults doing that, because I don't know that. I have never seen that, like a person in action. Maybe it's kids. So like, if you go in with your girl to the store, just tell your kids, like, don't put your fingers into makeup. Sometimes kids will do that. They play around while mommy is looking for clothing. I mean, I have a 7-year-old child, who knows, right? So I'm not just necessarily saying it's adults doing that. I don't know who is doing it. I just know some people are doing it. Are they kids? Are they teenagers? Are they adults? If you, like I said, if you have seen makeup that has been tempered, for God's sakes, do not buy it. It's not worth your money, even if it's just $1. Because with that makeup, you are possibly buying a opportunity, a chance of getting a disease. And then God knows what's going to happen to your eyes, to your skin, to your face. You might be, penny wise but pound foolish, saving money on makeup and then spending hundreds of dollars at the dermatologist's office trying to figure out what on God's green earth did you get. So don't buy tempered makeup, and don't tamper with makeup in the discounted stores. I also talked to the sales associate in Marshall's about that. I asked her, I said, do you guys have any kind of a way to prevent customers from doing that? And she says, well, even if we see the customers put their fingers into makeup, we cannot, technically speaking, tell them to stop, because we don't want to drive the customers away from the store. And that's understandable. So it is upon us as customers to be respectful to our surroundings. I don't know if this product works for me, right? When I was buying it, I still paid something close to like $15 or maybe $12. I honestly don't remember. And I looked at it and I wasn't sure if it's my shade of foundation. But I was not going to put my finger in it, because I knew at that point, if I were to smudge it, then another person, perhaps after me, might have, wanted to buy it because it would be a good fit for them, but they wouldn't because somebody had tampered with the product. And basically what that does is the product would get wasted and people get disappointed. Just kind of be mindful of that. I myself have been tempted, like, oh, let me just try it. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm no longer in Sephora. I'm no longer at Ulta. This is not a beta palette. This is actually something they're going to try to sell every single unit of palette that they can. So those rules of sampling and testing no longer apply unless something blatantly says tester, and they have that. If something says try me, even in discounted stores, they might have something that says tester or try me, then you try that. But God forbid, do not try something that doesn't say that, because it's just spoiling the product. And God knows, you're probably, you might get yourself sick or make somebody else sick, or it's just not good. It's not healthy to do that. So guys, and I like I said, I didn't mean to turn it into a negative video, but I just felt very passionate about spreading that kind of information and just kind of sharing the knowledge of how I feel, how it makes me feel. And I'm sure everyone feels like they would like to have a chance to get a new untempered product, even from the discount stores. Just because somebody doesn't have money or doesn't have a lot of it doesn't mean that they should be buying tempered or bad or spoiled makeup. It's just not fair, and I think that everyone deserves a fair shot at this, and it's a fair game for everyone. So with all of that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And do let me know in the comments, what do you think of the kind of video I made? Do you like buying makeup at the bargain prices? What discounted stores do you go to? If there is any kind of info like that around, do let me know. I would love to do research more into this topic. And do let me know how it makes you feel when you find a product in the store that has been smudged, or let's say you bought something, you came home and there's somebody's gouged finger in it. How does that make you feel? Let me know, share the love, pour your heart out. I'm willing to listen to all of that and chime in my own 2 cents when it's appropriate. So do let me know, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. I love you. Bye.